Hello together. Today I want to talk about a lens I recently bought. It's the Tamron 72-200mm f2.8. It is the older version of the lens. Tamron already released a new version with an ultrasonic motor built in for faster autofocus. This lens doesn't come like Canon uses only with the lens. You also get a tripod mount, your lens hood, and a lens pouch, which I'm not showing right now because it's huge and wouldn't fit right into the screen. Because I'm having to work with some artificial light today because it's already night outside. There's some great stuff about this lens. I'm gonna start first about the autofocus manual focus switch, which I personally like. There are a lot of person outside who dislike this mechanism, so I'm just gonna show you how it works. So right now the lens is in the autofocus position, as you can see here, and you can turn this and it won't affect your autofocus settings. So if you're holding the lens while you're using your camera, it won't matter if you're holding it here or here, because it will not interfere in the autofocus process of your camera. If you now want to manually focus, you just pop this down like that, and now you can just change the autofocus distance, not the autofocus distance, the focus distance, and pop on back. You're right back to autofocusing. And second, this whole lens is completely focused inside, so there are no moving parts coming out, and it's the same for changing focal length. So if you right now this is at 70mm, if you go up to 200mm, you will see there is actually no change in lens size. So those are the most apparent things about this lens. Now about the important part, the overall image quality. It is awesome in my opinion. It is sharp at 70mm, even wide open at f2.8, and it's get a little bit soft at 200mm, but you can compensate for that to stepping down to f3.2. Might be on the most lenses this will be enough, or if you got a rather bad one, which I don't hope so, you're gonna go down to f3.5, but this will totally be enough to compensate for the softness on the long end of this lens. Now this is the old autofocus version. It is said to be slower than the new version, which I can tell apart because I never seen the new version. I picked this up because it's only $550 right now, and the new version costs about $1,200. And I have to say that on the Alpha 77, which I'm using, this lens is focusing faster than on my old 72-300mm lens, which also had an ultrasonic motor built in. But I have to say, the autofocus speed might drop if you're using a smaller body like an Canon 600D or the Alpha 58. So if it in terms of speed, if you have a smaller camera, you might want to look at the ultrasonic version of this lens. If autofocus isn't that of an issue, I totally recommend this lens. For about $550, this is pure awesomeness. The only drop down is that this lens is heavy. It weighs about 1.1 kilogram, but on the other side you get this wide aperture of f2.8, which needs a lot of glass, and glass is heavy. So I have to say, if you're looking for a lens with a wide aperture and you are willing to carry around the weight, I can highly recommend you this lens. And this is it. I hope you liked it, and thank you for your time, and until the next time.